All right, so looking at all these routes and all the user and set user props, it makes me really want to refactor them to leverage our auth context instead of passing these props around. And let's just start from top down. I think that's the easiest way to do it, which is our navbar. Our navbar is expecting a bunch of stuff, including this handle logout function that we see right there. But it should be at least accepting the user and set user props, which let's take a look at why those need them. Okay, cool. User, actually, does it need set user? I don't even think it does. Cool. User, so it needs to check if the user's logged in. If they are, render some stuff. Otherwise, it doesn't. So it does need access to the user, at least, right? It also needs access to handle logout. So to do that, all we need to do, we should probably refactor this as well. I don't think I ever exported those from index.js, did I? Okay, cool. Let's do that really quickly as well. Below this, let's export all of our icons. Let's see, what icons do we have here? Oh, we have a bunch. I don't even know if I'm using all of these icons. We'll export them anyway. We'll say export default as Facebook from icons Facebook, just like that. And we'll do the same thing for, let's just do the navbar for now, which is what? Instagram and Twitter. Let's say Instagram and Twitter. Great. Cool. And then back in our navbar, we can just import all of these from components now. We can say import Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter from components. Just like that. Ta-da! Great. Now let's also import use auth context from contexts auth. Then we don't need to have our user there. We can just say const user equals use auth context. Just like that. And that should still work perfectly. And it looks like it does. At least I hope it does. The navbar still seems to be working nicely. Let's see. Do I see anything different here? No. Looks like we still have access to the user, so nothing broke initially. And we could probably even move the handle logout function out of the app component, or maybe we could even move it into context. But let's save that for later. Let's actually go ahead and next see what else we need here in our app. The next thing, by the way, let's just remove this. We don't need either of these anymore. Ta-da! That looks great. Okay, next up is our home, right? Our home component. Let's make sure that still works. Still does. Great. Home component should no longer need that user prop. Now, to do that, I think we're going to need to update a few things. Yes, because post needs the user and new post form needs the user. So let's go ahead and handle that. Let's actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go in and just handle this handle logout here, because I don't like having just a single prop for no reason when the user is already there. And so let's do something a little bit magical here. Let's take this handle logout function and let's move. You know what? No. Okay, cool. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that now. We'll wait till later. Let's go back to the home. I JK'd you right there. JK LOL. My apologies. We're going back into this home component and we're gonna remove all references to the user and get both these components to use our auth context. Let's start from the top with our new post form, and we'll head right into here and we'll say, oof, we got a lot of stuff going on here. First, let's do this, and let's import not allowed from components. Okay, that looks good. Fantastical. And here we want to import the auth context as well. So we'll import use auth context from contexts auth. Then we no longer need user. We'll just say const user equals use auth context. Keep it simple. We'll just solely handle that part for now. I guess we never deleted all this from our last round, huh? That's fine. Delete it now. Don't need it. Okay, good. Looks nice. Let's make sure our new post form still knows that we are logged in. Cool, it does. I like that. Looks great. Now, I think we've actually already handled our post component. We did that before, didn't we? We did. Oh, cool. So in that case, we should be able to remove the user prop from home. It should no longer need it, right? So we don't need to pass it here. And we don't need to pass it here, which means we no longer need it here. And we can import both of these. New post form, post from components, and all of this should still work just like a charm. Save, and in the app, we can get rid of any reference to user here, and our home doesn't need anymore, and everything still works perfectly. And our posts still know about the user there and there. Perfect. This looks great. Okay, cool. Let's continue this work in the next one, but let's go ahead and save our work for the time being. Git status, git add, git commit, and we have migrated components over to use auth context hook. Great.